gonna run in behind you. Make it sound like a duck to confuse them.
Okay, let me hear the duck, just so I know.
Quack, quack, quack.
Welcome to Watch Mojo. And today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 Whose Line Is It Anyway games.
Beep, 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 beep. That's our car telling us we should drive it.
For this list, we're looking at the best improv games played by the hilarious Whose Line crew that always have us saying yes and. Which of these games would you love to participate in with the cast of the show? Let us know in the comments. Number 20, Two-Line Vocabulary. This game could also be called the quickest way to drive Colin Mockery bonkers.
Brad, your lines are, says who, and what the hell is that? Ryan, your lines are, that can't be good, and when's lunch?
In it, 2 of the 3 players on stage only have 2 sentences each that they are allowed to say in the scene. The third person, generally Colin, controlling the scene and his 2 repetitive partners.
Any activity happening on the surface?
What the hell is that?
The surface is the part of the area above the water.
Oh, that can't be good.
We love how fully formed these scenes always become, despite how little 2/3 of the cast gets to say.
I had it with the lunch thing.
Says who?
Look!
They make it look easy, but watching the Whose Line crew play two-line vocabulary is a masterclass in top-notch improv performance.
What do I look like?
You look like an elk.
Don't worry, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Number 19, Hands Through, Helping Hands.
Now let's move on to a game called Helping Hands.
We can't help but feel sorry for Ryan Stiles when this is being played on the show. This game centers on the always hilarious duo of Stiles and Colin Mockery, with the former usually acting as the armless performer and the latter being the one who uses his own arms to provide the movements.
Let me show you on the board again. Let me show you on the board. I won't show you on the board, I'll show you with action figures.
This classic game is filled with moments where Ryan and Colin are at their most mischievous, with Ryan often making Colin mix disgusting concoctions with his hands and then Colin making Ryan eat the final result. It's all in good fun though, and both the third performer in the scene, who's allowed to move freely, and the audience get some good laughs from it all.
Well, I'm a vegetarian, Captain, but I'd be sure loving to see how you eat a big old thing.
Oh, you would you?
Yeah, I
Right, here we go.
Number 18, Three-Headed Broadway Star. Triple the heads, triple the fun.
You are my soulmate.
This game requires 3 of the cast members to huddle together and sing a fictional Broadway-esque tune one word at a time.
Timber, I shout.
While Wayne Brady is the king of musical improv, watching the less musically inclined performers give it a go never fails to be hilarious. Especially Drew. His epic failure while playing this game made for one of the most memorable scenes ever.
And take me on a... Oh, sorry, one word.
If you ask us, we'd say some of these performances should be brought to Broadway for real. They are so entertaining.
I can't live without my leg warmers.
Become a WatchMojo channel member and get exclusive perks like Mojo emojis, loyalty badges, priority comment replies, and exclusive members-only content, including live list rankings with the Mojo staff and peeks behind the scenes. Don't miss out. Number 17, Questions Only. Is this one of the greatest Whose Line Is It Anyway games? I don't know, is it? All right, we'll stop.
How the hell are you? Where have you been? What have you been up to? Weren't you in prison? Did you marry Sheila? You heard?
Similar to the game's song titles, where the cast can only speak to each other using names of songs, this game has one easy rule. Speak using questions. If you don't respond with a question, you're buzzed out.
Where have you been? I don't know.
The simplicity of this game is what makes it so classic. There are so many ways these scenes can play out. It's also great when the whole bench of performers can get involved in a game, as they all know how to heighten a joke to its fullest potential.
Does it matter that I'm Canadian?
You're Canadian?
Can't you tell?
Have you ever heard of a town called Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan?
Isn't that right beside left noob?
Number 16, moving people. Come on down. Wait, wrong Drew Carey show. 2 lucky audience members or special guests get to participate in this game, where usually Colin and Ryan act out a scene as the volunteers have full control over their movements.
I now have you in the ancient vampire elbow lock.
Any game that this dynamic duo plays out together is always hysterical, but it's especially fun to see them have to react to the positions they're placed in with seemingly no rhyme or reason.
Back to back, my friend.
Here we go.
Here we go now.
Maybe I'll untwist my legs to make it easier.
They always know exactly how to use the awkwardness to their advantage and manage to put on a great scene.
If I get back in my coffin, quickly.
Oh,
quickly
yes.
I run.
I'm gonna
Quickly I
run.
to
I'm
my
running
coffin.
myself.
Look at me go.
One step at a time.
Even if one of them has their finger stuck in their nose.
Just give me a sec, my gun's stuck.
That's all right, I haven't finished the Pledge of Allegiance yet.
Number 15, sound effects.
Here's the scene. Colin is the Scottish owner of Jurassic Park.
Did you hear that? This version of the game with audience or guest participation always brings the house down.
Something's up. It's been too quiet around here lately. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, no! Oh.
Instead of volunteers directly influencing Colin and Ryan like in Moving People, this variant has a more hands-off approach.
These donuts aren't as crispy as they used to be.
Throughout the performance, the guests stand to the side and make noises as the two act out their given scene.
Hit the siren, I'm chasing after him.
You never know how the guests or audience participants are going to interpret the pair's movements, which usually results in some pretty funny turns of events. This game perfects the balance between chaos and comedy.
I'm just gonna cock my gun.
You call that a gun?
I'll
Listen
take
to
out the
this.
silencer.
Number 14, improbable mission. Here is your mission, if you choose to accept it. Try not to laugh while watching these scenes.
It's your mission, should you choose to accept it, to go, take it, wash it, wax it, buff it, and get it looking all up good, all up in it, yo.
2 performers, often Colin and Ryan, play secret agents who must complete a so-called impossible task, which is actually just a regular or boring chore suggested by someone from the crowd.
How are we gonna get down there in time?
We're gonna have to use my jet-propelled butt.
What?
You heard me. Hang on.
The iconic pair never fails to heighten the absurdity of these scenes with one another.
I'm not sure where the supermarket is. We always order in.
I'll go on the computer.
Right. Oh.
The premise of this game is so clear-cut and allows for the two to have fun in exploring the silly situation they've been presented with. And who can forget the cat?
It fell in the water again. Wait a minute. The cat.
The cat's wet now.
Number 13, hats. Be honest, is there anything funnier than a silly hat?
And they're going to try to come up with as many examples as possible of the world's worst dating service video. World's worst dating service video.
Perhaps, once the Who's Line Gang gets their hands on them. Hats was frequently played in the early days of the series, and it's no surprise as to why. It always kills.
How about instead I give you a tip?
The cast is given a box of, you guessed it, hats, and a basic prompt. And they come up with quippy one-liners to complement their new accessory.
Want to find out why they call me Speed Racer?
The jokes they all come up with are always varied. Pop culture references, jabs at one another, or just plain goofiness. Anything goes, and that's what makes it great.
Care for a little probe?
Number 12, Hoedown.
I wish I was a rock star. My image would be good. I would look so virile, like any rock star should. I'd put a cucumber in my pants so it looks like I don't lack. Of course, it'd look much better if it wasn't in the back.
It's hard to decide which one line at a time singing game is the best. Irish Drinking Song has one of the best mess-ups from the show's history.
One night I was getting freaky.
With my girly lane. Boy, we had some fun.
But Hoedown is particularly hilarious due to the constant ridicule the performers throw at each other.
Once I got a blind date, I really liked to smile. He was very tall though, his name was Ryan Stiles. I went right on through it, that date was pretty rough. Sure it was a blind date, but I wasn't blind enough.
The game involves the performer singing a traditional hoedown about a topic that the audience chooses, complete with live performers providing the music.
My first kiss, brother, it was the bomb. It wasn't from a girl in high school, it was from my mom.
In the American version, the end is usually the best part, as Ryan is prone to finish off by mocking host Drew Carey or with a crude remark that all the performers have to sing.
People running naked, it's really, really scary. But I guess that's what you get when you live next door to Drew Carey.
Ryan's fake derision for the game only adds to the hilarity, and is always good for an extra laugh.
Oh boy, this hoedown, it's taking mighty long. I am so sick of this bloody song. Wayne sits there and he gets to rest. His penis is large, that's why he's behind the desk.
Number 11, Film Dub.
Okay, let's go on to a game called Film Dub.
Be honest, you played your own version of this game as a kid.
You've apparently eaten too many sea monkeys.
I don't remember.
I don't know what's wrong. You really should chew them better.
Film dub revolves around multiple performers as they sit in front of a silent television and dub or suggest out loud the actor's lines with some of their own.
We're the ones who run the streets. We want you out of town by noon.
Listen, we're the beige shirt gang. My beige shirt is dirty, so I had to wear this dark one, but we're tougher.
As is to be expected, the performers often make the scene completely unrelated to what is being presented on the screen. Though it's harder than you think, the performers are able to showcase their true talents and make it look very easy.
That's right.
Oh, why am I lit so badly?
I want a refund! I just wanted my warts removed!
Hey, you look like Roseanne.
While it's not played as often as other games, it is still hilarious.
Hey, you shut up! I'm gonna come over there and rip your shirt off and wear it myself.
You don't scare me. That's why I'm standing here back here.
Number 10, Props.
Yes, right this way, Mr. Jagger.
Believe it or not, this game is one of the show's most played, and for good reason.
This is the worst Pac-Man massacre I've ever seen.
We can't help but give the performers props for being able to take random objects and make them into something so funny over and over again. It's a bizarre concept, and yet it's perfect for the outrageous tone of the show.
Welcome back to the Tiny Person Olympics.
It allows the performers to demonstrate their quick wit, as they only have seconds to think of something funny, so their talents are on full display. It also contains humor that spans the different age groups, as there are dirty jokes for older audiences and more fun, innocent jokes for children.
That was an easy puzzle. We should get 5 pieces next time.
Thanks to its universal appeal and oddball comedy, Props is unforgettably laugh-out-loud funny. Number 9, Director, Hollywood Director. We here at WatchMojo love movies, so it's not surprising that this game makes the list.
Do it like The Exorcist. You're possessed, you're the mother, and you're a priest. Action!
In it, several performers act out a scene, until Colin Mockery interjects as the director and has them perform the exact same scene, except in a different way, and with always hilarious results.
Looks like you blew your tire, among other things, you know what I'm saying?
Colin's imagination is on true display here, as is his sense of humor, since he often gives crude remarks between scenes.
Cut! I'm really having a hard time staying in character. I know you are! You don't have to tell me! I see better character development on the match game.
Meanwhile, the performers always give it their all to ensure things are funny no matter how insane the scenario. It's a great effort for all involved. Number 8, Weird Newscasters. What a way to make the news more engaging. This game is truly firing on all cylinders. It includes all 4 cast members and tons of over-the-top character acting.
Now over to my lovely Coanca, Lubel.
Thank you so much. Newsflash, I'm getting some.
The format requires one performer to be the lead anchor and the other 3 to play the other various roles in the newsroom. However, Everyone but the anchor has been given a unique trait and prompt that they must perform as they report the news.
Fresca peasy, no trabajo, comodo me.
Each member of the cast always delivers incredible monologues in their wacky new characters. Plus, Ryan is famously known to engage the audience when this game is played, adding a fun twist to the scene.
Oh my God! They got this one! They got this one!
Number 7. Living Scenery. Alright, Richard Simmons is totally responsible for giving this game a boost in the ranking.
Hey, why don't we look at the scenery through the little telescopes ahead?
All right.
Look, there's an island over there!
An island?
Yeah!
But you gotta admit, he absolutely nailed it. That scene is so outrageous. This is another game that requires a lot of physical intervention throughout the round, as the cast and/or special guests must use one another as their props.
Hey, you want some waffles this morning?
Yeah.
Let me put some in the toaster. Click that side down. Oh, this one's done.
Clearly, this lends itself to some pretty intense and priceless situations, as the two speaking performers must act out their suggestion. It's a good thing this cast is all super comfortable with one another. Otherwise, this would get awkward fast.
You go ahead. I'm gonna take the moped. Are you?
Number 6. Newsflash.
We now go out into the field where ace reporter Colin Mockery is on the scene. Colin, can you hear us?
You know you're in for a good show when Whose Line Is It Anyway pulls out the old green screen.
I could stand and watch this for days. I am so glad I am a part of this story.
In this game, one of the actors is asked to report on a newscast being broadcast behind them. The twist is, they have no idea what's playing.
There seems to be some activity out there, and we've got our man on the scene, Colin, to tell us all about it.
Colin.
It's up to the two anchors to ask leading questions to the field reporter until they're able to successfully guess where they are and/or what's going on. While it's tough to top the round where Colin reported on clips of himself, each version of this game is at its best when the clueless player makes wild assumptions that totally contradict the footage.
How did it start?
It all started with a badly timed ball joke.
Number 5. Song styles.
You know what, Ivy? I'm not like other guys. I like playing bingo. B-I-N-G-O!
Anytime we get to hear Wayne Brady sing is a good time. Luckily for us, most of the singing games involve him.
There you are, Toby. I watch you sit. Seen you in the third chair in the orchestra pit.
In this particular game, he and sometimes another performer sing to or about a random audience member in a specific musical style. Brady's energetic behavior, along with the jabs he takes at the audience member, make this game especially entertaining to watch.
Before. I two. And 7. G5.
It's also a true testament to Brady's ability as a performer, as he has to make up lyrics on the fly.
He's the luckiest man in the world. For about 10 seasons, just half-naked girls.
It is amazing to watch how he can be so funny and talented at the same time. Number 4. Let's Make a Date.
Let's start it out, show you how it works with a game called Let's Make a Date. This is for all 4 of you. Greg.
Have you ever watched an awkward dating game show? This is so much worse.
Number 2, all women's love shoes. What's your favorite kind of shoe?
Well, right now this kind because it's Thanksgiving.
In this game, the performers pretending to be the eligible singles are supposed to act out bizarre characters, while the contestant, and thus the question asker, has to guess the identities of their potential dates.
Wayne was, when I was growing up on a farm in San Francisco, we would have called him a cock. However, I'm going to say that he is a large rooster.
Let's Make a Date lends itself to some hilarious interactions between performers, especially Ryan and Colin, as the actors often play off of each other's character traits.
I love romantic places. Where would be the romantic place you would take me at the end of the date?
Anywhere that's quiet. We gotta keep it quiet. Quiet's the key. Who's a big boy? Who's a big boy?
It's a great game to see the performers at their craziest, as most of the characters are equally unpredictable and absurd.
What you need is a friend. A friend for... Oh. This one over here looks like he needs a bit of exercise.
Number 3, Party Quirks.
Yeah, it's a Spice Girls party. Since they're missing one, I'm the new one, Specky Spice.
Similar in premise to Let's Make a Date, Party Quirks has its whole basic idea right there in the name.
Hi, Colin. Hi, how are you?
Performers are given a quirky personality trait to act out while playing the guests at a party. The host of the party must then guess who or what they're portraying.
I came to the party tonight to just tell you that I can't come to your party anymore. Because
you have to spend more time on the Jerry Springer show?
A side-splitting game filled with outrageous scenarios and unpredictable characters, Party Quirks is guaranteed to showcase some form of hilarious interaction between performers, and sometimes even audience members. It is a chaotic, no-holds-barred game, and that's why we love it.
Hand over your money or I'm gonna blow off my head! That seems like a win-win situation. I'll take it back from you when you're dead.
Number 2, Greatest Hits.
You know, as long as there's been presidents, there have been songs celebrating the presidents. One, there was even a dance. Yeah, there was a dance for John Adams. It was called the John Adams Dance. It didn't go very far.
You didn't sleep well last night.
No, I'm very tired.
Combining Ryan and Colin's hysterical banter along with, usually, Wayne's fast-thinking lyrics, Greatest Hits is a fan favorite for a reason.
Now let me tell you something that I think you should know, because I'm old moon, here I go. Yes, man, you know it's no bull. I become a wolf when the moon is full. That's right, it's time for a little bite.
In this game, Ryan and Colin act in a type of infomercial-like skit as two pitchmen trying to sell a usually outrageous CD compilation, as the other performers provide snippets of songs from said CD.
You know, I remember once I went to a circus and I saw the strong man bend a car. Bend a car? Pat Benatar!
It combines the best aspects of the show, with Ryan and Colin providing the hilarity we're accustomed to, and Wayne showing off his jaw-dropping talent at musical improvisation.
Understand, I love them the best. Look at that funny way they dress, and they put on the tray that mess. Woo, woo!
It's basically a greatest hits of Whose Line. Get it?
D-I-V-O-R-C-E-I-R-S. D-I-V-O-R-C-E.
Number 1, Scenes from a Hat.
Things you can say about your business, but not your girlfriend.
It's open 24 hours.
One of the show's most played games, Scenes from a Hat is a true fan favorite that always elicits enthusiastic cheers from the audience.
Hillbilly Proverbs.
A wife ain't nothing but just a sister that you hug.
In this game, the performers are given audience suggestions for scenes they have to act out. And the results are usually disturbing and crude, but always uproarious.
That's 1,000 points to everyone. We'll be back after this commercial. You all right under there?
The game is great due to the sheer amount of content it can generate, as performers sometimes go on until they run out of ideas, occasionally featuring celebrity guests such as Robin Williams. It is an especially good game to get the crowd going.
Impotence is a horrifying thing.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.